That's without processing. Then we process it now. It sounds very huge and very, very full. I so much love it. Hello everyone, welcome back to another mix breakdown session for a drum mix I did for a client of mine. Let's listen to it now. This is the old track as it is. The track, the processing, the sound is very full. I really love enjoying this particular track. Let me play the drums first without processing. The raw drums sent to me. That's without processing. Then we process it now. It sounds very huge and very, very full. I so much love it. So let's dive into it. So let's go with the kick first. I didn't get the kick in, so it was only a kick out. So I trigger my kick. I have a particular sample I got from somewhere. I kind of made it. I combined different samples together to make this particular sample. So these two plugins is just to trigger on Reaper. That's the easiest to trigger on Reaper. Instead of having to use external sounds or external plugins, this is just to trigger on Reaper. It's very, very simple. I would see if I can drop the link to video to explain this. So our basic EQ for drums for kick between 40 to 60. That's where our kick resides very well. And then we cut off some midpoint of it, and this is most likely constant for most of the drums between, let's say, 150 to 250. You cut it out, take away your 500 to 1k to 500 to like 800 ish, take it away, and then for your bite to get that sound. And then my favorite drum plugin, the CLE drums. Just makes everything better, slaps so much. And then moving to the snare. So for this snare, I got a top snare top and a snare bottom. I had to duplicate some part of it to trigger it. The original snare that we got, this. So that's the original snare that we got from. This is the snare bottom now. The snare bottom, the snare top. I've done my gain staging to balance everything up to make it sound good without even any plugin. And special shout out to King Digo. I think I had to tell him at the point when I was making this track that I so much love the tone of the drums, even without mixing it. Snare top, I really don't do much. See, this is just the snare alone without being triggered or anything. It sounds so perfect. And just had to do it, take away, cut some things. Just little things, drop some of the mid-range to drop them, and then the highs, this 5k to get. This is actually peculiar to this snare. There are some snare, most snares won't follow this EQ, but it's peculiar to this snare. And then do a compression, like always. I'm getting minus 3 dB, minus 4 dB of compression, and this volume balancing to just make up for it. So that's everything basically about this track. Moving to the snare button now, it is almost the same frequencies I'm ducking or increasing. So just to, of course, that's why I said they are peculiar to each other. So I don't exactly just copy and paste. I do things that are peculiar or that are necessary for the track or for the particular channel I'm working on. And again, this DBX, I think I saw Mixed by Mark use this particular, and it looked fine to me, and I tried it. So I don't want too much compression on this again, but like minus 3 is fine with me, and that's what I'm getting here. I trigger my snare. I use 2 layers of triggers. The first layer is this is just to give it some. There is a particular should I say flap sound, like sound I really love from snare. So the original sound was the so I needed that flap, that kind of flap sound on it. So I needed to get that into it. So that was why I added that particular flap sound, this particular snare, and it's the trigger too. This is the demo version. This is the free version. I just use the free version. I use one of this Snare 21, and then I just EQ it. This EQ is what exactly makes this whole thing different. So let me just play it without the EQ, and then with the EQ now. Then the second layer of the triggering. So I did two, like I said, I did 2 layers of triggering. First one. So this particularly to give it that depth. There is this umi sound that comes out of it. Not a booming sound, but like something to make it not just very very light. Yeah, so that gives like a kind of low end feel. It does not have a low end, but it has a low end feel. So that's what I did. So then the combination of the four gives us this, like the combination of this. Then I put everything into a bus, and then I put my smack attack on it. I learned this from the number one Kudi. So I learned from your smack attack. Just push the attack, drop the sustain in it to just reduce every rumbling sound. Since it's a snare I want, and the kind of track it is, I had to drop the sustain. I needed that attack. Bah, bah, bah. I needed that. And then I'll just EQs generally again to just get what I exactly. So without the EQ on it, exactly. So I'm taking the old snare as one snare and I'm mixing it. So it's more like I already have the snare and I'm now just trying to EQ it from scratch. So that makes it so much better. So the hi-hat now, the hi-hat is just low end cut off. Like for this particular, I think the mic they used, it was speaking a lot of the snare, so I had to like do a lot of low cuts to like a 900, and then compression minus 3 dB. That's what I use basically for most of my drums. So then to the toms now. So let's hear the toms. So I mean, sounds very huge and very full. So this is without processing. Now this is what the tom sounds like. I mean, you can actually hear the wood of the drums. You have to use good drums and you have to use good drum heads. And since I think I have about 5 channels of toms here, and I do drummers perspective for panning. So since I have 5, like maybe I do, let me see. Okay, I do like 50, 56, 30, then one in the middle, then another 42, then 71. This is to like make it a little more rounded in my hairs and on my monitors here. So I'll check from my monitors and I also check from my hairs. So I need it to be balanced. The reason I didn't do 77, 77 was because I have 5 and it was sounding a little to this side and I wanted it to be like this instead of like this. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, let me just go from the top one. PSC to reduce the noise because I was getting a lot of noise from the cymbals, from the snare and everything. So PSC to just drop the noise. EQ, I mean the EQ, looking for a sweet spot and fixing it out. Without the EQ now. With the EQ. Without. Exactly. So and then compression again. Yeah, and then another layer of compression. Sorry, another layer of EQ. This is just to bring out the bite. Like there's this. Can you see this 3 dB that I'm dropping, and then to drop the mid a little, That's what I'm using this particular EQ for. Located that on every other channel. Yes, PSC EQ to get a good spot, get a sweet spot out of it. And without the EQ, exactly, with the EQ and the PSC now. Yeah, compressor. And again, this EQ again is to just get some switching spot off and in it. Tones. It's just, I think I just duplicated it and just used it as I dim placed. So this was me just trying out some things. I was getting a lot of the kick from this particular guy, so I had to take off the low end completely. So and then piercing and then compression, minus 3 dB worth of compression. Again. Exactly. So it stays the same. Exactly. Floor toms. I so much love my floor toms and I love them huge. PSC again, my EQ again. I love my floor tom huge, like very huge. the dynamics of the drums itself was not consistent, so I had to use the compressor more here, and then another EQ to just sweeten it up. Without the compressor now, then with the compressor and the EQ now, the last EQ, yeah, the last floor tom now, then with the plugins on now, then I put everything under a bus. So again, CLA drums, I mean Baba now master. I use the tone preset here. I didn't touch anything, just dropped off the compression since I already compressed it individually, and then I used an imager to spread it again. After I'm done EQ it individually, I'll still EQ it as a group to just make it sound better. Yeah, sounds way better now. Overhead. So for the overheads, what the only thing I do here is just do a low cut. And the reason why I did the low cut this much is because, like I said, I was getting a lot of the kick and a lot of the the snares, and I didn't like it, so I had to drop it. And also the cymbals were a little harsh. I felt maybe they were too near to the overhead mic, so I had to drop the highs a bit. Let me just play it without. Exactly. So if I released it was going to be causing facing issues for me, so I just had to like take away a lot of the length, like 1K. Let me go to my drum bus. After I'm done with everything, even with the bus that I've created before, I'll still work on the. So this. I think I saw this from a Bellotta Junior on Instagram, and I just downloaded the preset and it slaps. And without this now, and with it. With this now, there's this. It takes away this, and it gives me this snap from everything. So that is it, and it clears it up now. And then this limiter to just push up the volume a little and make it consistent. Then I do a parallel compression. This one is my forever. This is what I used exactly in my former video. I just use this heavy drum kit preset. It's under here, under drums. Heavy drum kit presets. That's what I use, and it works a lot. I don't do anything. I just slap that preset on it, and I'm good to go. That's everything about the parallel compression. So it gives you this, and then I slap one pretty huge reverb on it. I used to use a Vala plate, but for some reasons I just got bored of it, and I just tried this out, and without it now, with it now, of course I try to match it with it. This is because the track is not here. So with the track now, what I do for most of my tracks is I look for mids. I look for, especially where I feel the snare is hitting. I'll try and dog that part and just clean it up a little bit here and there. To make mastering channel, and what I do on the mastering channel, with just the EQ now, sounds a little cleaner. This gives it that little punch and glue. It gives it that punch and that glue. And then stereo imager now, just a little more width. Then what I'm doing with this saturation is I'm just taking away 0.8 from the high mids, the mid and the high mids, and I'm not boosting any other part. And then this is a multi-band compressor. This is just a preset I've been using for a very long while. I use it because of bass guitars. And then my limiter. Then with the limiter now, this is to give it passive loudness, not exactly loudness, but to give it passive loudness. And then, so this is just to monitor the general or the overall volume. And normally I would not go more than -9, -8.5 here. This is the highest I would rather go. And for this, I think I'm actually fine. So that's everything. Thank you guys for joining me. See you guys later. Barabam, 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 barabam.